Oh my god, it's...
What's up, people of the internet? My name is Hondro, and wow, okay, I've been holding off on making this video. I discovered this exploit a couple of days ago, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to even bring this to light because, I'll be honest with you, it's pretty game breaking. So, I mean, like the thumbnail, as the title suggests, this is a basically unbeatable strategy in PvP until this strategy becomes mainstream and everybody knows it. Now, I don't know if this was something that was done intentionally by Niantic or if this was an accident, but nothing like this has been in the game up until this point, either in the gym system or in the raid system. So this is something that is, as far as I know, at this point, still exclusive to PvP. Honestly, if they change the whole system, I haven't gone out and tested this in gyms and raids, but they very well could have changed it, but I don't think they have. I think this is something that's exclusive to PvP, and it's pretty daunting. So you guys are seeing here on the screen next to me, the first couple examples of this I am just simply doing in a team leader battle, which is obviously the easiest way to show this kind of proof of concept. But then after these battles, I will actually show you guys how it works against players. So obviously you can see here what I've done is I have a lineup for my ultra team, and I do an ultra league battle and a master league battle. But then for all the PvP battles, I do ultra league battles using the same team, sometimes switching between Latios and Togekiss, but you guys will see that in a minute. But yeah, so the first battle here is with Venusaur, and it's a clean sweep. It is ridiculous. How am I doing this exactly? What is the exploit? So the exploit is, or the trick, or I don't know what you want to call it. It's definitely, I don't think, intended to be in the game. But every time you are building charge for your charged move in PvP, no matter how long you go without using your charge move, the charge is still building in the background. So essentially, you can use unlimited charge moves in PvP if you have a Mon that has a quick attack that builds energy quickly and a low cost charged move. So this is just insane. So the strategy here is actually just doing the quick attack over and over and over again, waiting for the enemy to launch their charge attack, blocking with a shield, continuing to use a quick attack, and going as long as you can before firing your charge attack. So sometimes you'll go through one shield. The key is you don't want this Pokemon to die. You want to be able to get as many of these charge attacks off as possible, because you can actually chain these charge moves, as you guys have seen here now. You're actually able to chain these charge moves together. So my Venusaur does a clean sweep. I do like 4 or 5 Frenzy Plant attacks, or I go from Frenzy Plant to Sludge Bomb, Frenzy Plant, and I still have another charge move even after I've killed the Lapras. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Then in the second example, I do it in Master League with a Groudon with Earthquake. Now, Groudon has Mud Shot and Earthquake. I am doing it against Candela, so Mud Shot and Earthquake is super effective against everything except for the Moltres at the very end. But needless to say, the same thing applies here. I'm just building up multiple Earthquakes with Mud Shot, because especially if the matchup, the first Pokemon that comes out is an unfavorable matchup on the opponent's end, you're gonna have seriously great success with this. So the worse the matchup is for your opponent, the better off you will be, because you can let them do their charge moves. Sometimes if your Pokemon resists, you don't even have to burn a shield. It's that easy. It's insanely overpowered. just the power levels are off the charts. So you can clearly see against the PvE elements, this strategy makes those PvE fights basically a joke, where the team leaders don't stand a chance. You can sweep them with a single Pokemon. I mean, you could do that already, but this makes it basically ridiculous because the team leaders never use shielding. So you can literally so easily, even with a Pokemon that doesn't have the benefit of super effective attacks against the opponent, you're still gonna end up sweeping trainers with this. It's ridiculous. Then in my PvP matchups, I faced off against 3 of my friends. They each had 3 different Pokemon, all unique. So I actually faced off against 9 different Pokemon using the same 3 Pokemon with this strategy. And only one of those Pokemon has 2 attacks, which you'll see, which is Togekiss, who I actually just evolved today because I really wanted a Togekiss. So I had a Cinnastone sitting there, I had a 98 Togepi, gave it the second move while it only cost me 10,000 dust, then evolved it twice. So now it has 3 moves. It has Hidden Power Fire, it has Ancient Power, and it has Aerial Ace. So very good against fire attackers, very good against flying, very good against flying is also good against grass and fighting. So there's lots of good stuff there. And then with Hidden Power Fire, it kind of makes it a unique, attacker. So I'm really proud of my Togekiss. Powered it up as high as I could before doing this to keep it in Ultra League, because when I evolved it, it automatically went to like 1899 or something. So I couldn't have it in Great League. I would have liked to use it in Great League, but Ultra will suffice. Anyway, that being said, so again, the key to this strategy, and I want to also preface these 3 fights you can see here going on right now. I fight when I fight Gina here. I'm just reminding myself what she has here. She's got a Gengar, a Mewtwo, and a Metagross. I've got Latios, a Togekiss, and my own Metagross. Now, Gengar is not an ideal matchup at the start of this battle because Gengar is doing huge amounts of DPS, but I still managed to get enough charge. This whole strategy is about building up enough charge moves and getting your opponent to use their shields early on. So you actually can shield against their attacks, continue to build up your charge attack as many times as possible because it just continues to stack. You can have 6, 7 charged attacks stacked up just waiting to be released, especially if you have the proper matchup at the start of the battle, or if the opponent swaps out Pokemon. Anything they do, if they are weaker to you than you are to them, you are at a huge advantage. And in addition to that, if their charge move takes a long time to charge up, again, huge advantage for you, because the whole thing about this strategy is having quick attacks that build as much charge as possible, and then charge moves that cost as little charge as possible. That is how you're going to maximize this strategy. It's all about shield break and then executing these guys, because there is no time in between these charge attacks for your opponent to do anything once they are out of shielding. Then their Pokemon comes in, they don't get a chance to even attack you. Your charge attack is already charged up and you are killing them. It is insane. This first battle is the only time where I go through my first 2 Pokemon and have to use my third. And barely. And then in the next 2 battles, let's see, I go up against Zach. He has a Heracross, a Moltres, and a Venusaur. This battle does not start off well for him because Heracross and Latios, it's a bad matchup for Heracross, and it's pretty much a sweep after Heracross is gone. It's bad. So because once his Heracross is gone, my Latios does get knocked out, but then I bring in Togekiss, who just chews Moltres apart, and then Venusaur comes out, and I've still got charge moves built up. So it is a literal slaughter. It is not okay. He is not okay. It's a full-on wrecking ball situation. So like I said, guys, this strategy, it's going to break the game, and it's unfortunate because I want PvP to be enjoyable and to be balanced, and for you to continue to gain charge in the background so you can stack charge moves up. It really breaks the game, especially if you've got proper picks and if you've got better picked Mon that have double attacks and attacks that charge fast, and you've got more than one move, so that way your Pokemon are super diverse. Like, literally just having the Togekiss on this team basically trumps anything that wants to come at me, because Latios is a strong attacker, Togekiss is super defensive, and it has good coverage between Ancient Power and Aerial Ace, and then Meteor Mash Metagross is just another beast. So this team is pretty hard to beat, I'm not gonna lie, unless you got perfect counters, unless you've got your own Latios coming up against my Latios. Basically, we're gonna knock each other out. So that actually goes right in to battling Cody here in the third battle. So Cody actually comes out with Latios, which, bad for me. So Latios is basically useless, and as I'm trying to build charge, I'm like, okay, well, I gotta get a charge attack off before I die here to at least use one shield off Latios. So I do that, and I managed to get one shield off of Cody there. And then after that, when Togekiss comes in, again, it's off to the races because Charizard comes out, who's weak to Ancient Power. And then after Charizard doesn't even stand a chance. I hit Charizard, have another charge move already ready to go. And then Sceptile comes out, and Sceptile's weak. He's grass, and he's weak to my flying move. So again, it's seriously so easy to do this that it's kind of scary. So I hope this gets patched, honestly. It is fun being able to use this exploit to completely stomp people, but people aren't going to want to battle you if you are using this. And I'm afraid it's going to be something like, I don't know, this could go back to I'm taking deep cuts here, guys. This is going to go all the way back to one-man army noob tubes in Call of Duty 4, because once people knew about one-man army noob tubes in COD 4, that game was nearly unplayable. And I'm afraid if this, but at least Niantic is still servicing this game, whereas Infinity War was crumbling when that game was out, Call of Duty 4. I know that's dating me, but I don't care. It's a perfect reference to what I'm talking about. So hopefully Niantic patches this out where you're not continuing to build charge energy in the background, even if you're not, once your charge move is full. Once your charge move is full, that's it. You should not be able to build more charge energy in the background. I understand because of the two moves that filling one charge attack, if you've got two Pokemon with Pokemon with multiple charge attacks, once both charge attack meters are full, you should not be able to build any more meter. And especially if a Pokemon has a single charge attack like my Latios, I should not be able to just continually sit there and build charge in the background and have 5 or 6 freaking Dragon Claws stacked up so that I can just run through your entire team. It's insane. But that is what's happening. So, guys, I'm putting this out there again. I am hoping that this does not break the game and that this gets patched out, actually, because I was very hesitant just to make this video in general, but I had to put it out there to get this info out there because I don't want this being exploited in tournaments and things of that nature, because it's really just not fair. Even if everybody knows about it, it's so exploitative and I don't think intentional, and I hope it gets patched soon. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you to all the new subscribers that joined the channel this year. You guys are awesome. I can't wait for 2019 and to continue to make more content for you guys, because I love Pokemon Go. I love interacting with you guys, and this has been a lot of fun. So more podcasts, more videos to come. If you are new around here, consider subscribing. I make Pokemon Go content, obviously. I do a fun podcast with my buddy Forrest, aka Funky Dude 1, where we talk all things important in Pokemon Go. So stay tuned to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell, and that way you are up to date every time I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'm Loco Hondro, and I'll see you guys later. Peace, Poke Trainers!